All right, just quickly, I thought it was just what we needed. We needed to play somebody, and I thought we got a lot out of this game. There's a lot that was really good to see, and some things that we can certainly correct and learn from. But the biggest thing, we just need to play somebody. But really pleased with, obviously, the outcome of the game. We accomplished the first goal, win the opener, and I think we're 9-1 in our openers around here since I've been the head coach, and that's a credit to our strength staff, how we prepare, how we train in the summer, how we practice, and then just the buy-in of our players to get ready for the season opener. So I'm really proud of that. I thought defensively they set the tone right out of the gate. I think the first 6 possessions they punted every time except once. We had a turnover on downs there. So really pleased with how our defense performed, all the way. Played a lot of people, created 2 turnovers, and 2 freshmen came up with them. Speck got 1 and KJ got 1. I thought we handled the play-action game. They're a very stressful offense to get ready for, and I thought we played with outstanding discipline. We were disruptive up front, and just did a tremendous job. A little disappointed with a couple of the penalties. A couple of them were close, kind of bang plays, but overall, defensively, I was very, very pleased. I think that's 5 out of 6 games now, the last 6 games that we've not given up a point in the first half, and so carrying over from last year. So just really pleased with how they started. Again, played a lot of guys, and it was good to see guys continue to play well. One of the things that the local media, y'all have heard me talk a lot about, is we've got a lot of functional depth, and what I mean by that is guys that can go play winning football for us. Yes, they're talented, and sometimes you have talented depth, but it's not very functional in every situation. But we've got a lot of guys that we feel like we can play regardless of the situation, regardless of the score. And so I was really encouraged because, again, this is not a traditional offense, and you can get made look real silly quick against a bunch like this. So really proud of our D and how they played, and, again, set the tempo for the day. So I thought all of our backers played well. Good to see some of those young guys be disruptive up front. The guys that you expect to play well did. Showed up quick and early. All those guys, 99, 7, 90, 42, Huggy. I think we had 3 sacks at least, and I guess that's what it was. Yeah, 3 sacks, and this is a team that threw the ball for a couple hundred yards a game last year and gave up one of the fewest sack teams in the country. So, again, really pleased there. Offensively, I thought early we missed a couple of throws. We had a couple of MAs. We dropped a ball, and we had a couple of mistakes in the run game where we weren't where we were supposed to be, and so that we weren't quite as precise as I would have liked to have seen us early. But I thought we settled in and really dominated that side of the ball. We had a 95-yard drive and a 2-minute drive and a 92-yard drive, I think, in 3 plays. And really got the run game, got the balance going that we need to have. So I was very encouraged by that. 250-something yards rushing, 270-something yards passing, and a lot of people touched the ball. And just like on the defensive side, we played a ton of people. Some guys got their first opportunity. Other guys who've played in the past but had bigger roles today, I was encouraged to see how they responded. I think all of our backs showed some things. Good to see 23 get in there. Thought he was going to hyperventilate. It's just so funny, some of these guys, even Justin Ross. I mean, I hit the first play. I mean, his leg was shaking. It doesn't matter how talented they are, how much success they've had. It's just a different deal. And you cannot simulate game day. I don't care how much practice you have, how much success they have in practice. There's just something about game day. It's just a little different. Even the veteran guys that have played a lot of football, it's still, it's been a while since you've played, and you kind of got to get your sea legs back under you. And so just really encouraged to see so many guys get opportunities. DK made a huge play. That was a big 3rd down, went up and hawked the ball. Cornell had a big play on the they jumped offside deal, and DeAndre Overton, a big play. So Higgins had a couple plays. Renfro, I think he played, maybe had a couple grabs. He just kind of shows up here and there. Travion had a huge play. I thought he was in. The ref was trying to talk me out of it, but I was starting to question myself for a second there. But I thought he was in. But what a great grab. He caught the back half, not a great throw, but a much better catch. He kind of caught the back half of the ball, and it made it a little harder than it needed to be. But, man, what a play by Travion. I thought that was a little spark. So just good to see so many guys, make some plays. Braden Galloway getting in there and getting an opportunity and making a couple plays, playing in his first game. And so it was really exciting to see all those guys. I thought Kelly played well. I think both quarterbacks, I think they were almost identical. 10 of 16, 9 of 15, 127, 137, both touchdown, both long play. I mean, both missed a couple throws, both made some great throws. It was good to see both of them play well. Kelly had the big run as well for the touchdown, and you see what Trevor can do. He's a special talent, and he's just going to get better. It's fun to see him get in there and get his first opportunity. I think it's the first time, or maybe the second time, a true freshman's had 3 touchdown passes in his debut. So a lot of good things that we can build on. But to me, the story of the day was special teams. If there was one thing that I would point out, and that's really what I hope our identity of this team will be this year. I hope that people talk more about our special teams than they do our offense or our defense. Because if that's the case, then I think we got a chance to have a special season. And so I thought our special teams, punt return, that's the first play of offense. That's like down 0, because whatever happens on that play is going to determine where the first down is going to start. And the better field position you have, the better odds you have of ending that drive in a score or creating a really advantageous field position situation. So 2 huge punt returns. I think Amari had 2 for 87 yards. So really excited about that. And then good to see Greg back. I thought it was a 50-yarder, but y'all gave him a 49-yarder. Come on, that ball was on the 40. But I thought that was great to see him make a couple kicks. Obviously, he's had a long journey back coming off of his injury last year. And Potter, and old Sawicki goes in there and nails a couple. I mean, what a weapon. As I told you, I don't really know how to explain it. But Potter can just absolutely bomb the ball. I think he kicked one through the uprights. I literally think it went through the uprights. He's just a really talented young player for us. And then we only had 1 kick return, and that's an area that we need to improve. Hopefully we don't get many opportunities there, but we need to take advantage of the ones that we do get. And I think Cornell, it was like a 43-yard return. So it's good to see us make some hay in that situation. But, again, to me, the special teams was something that was just incredibly encouraging, and hopefully we can build a lot of momentum in that area.
Dabo, you described Lynn earlier as being ahead of where Travis was this time last year. Did you get kind of a little bit of a flashback when the guy goes out there, takes the field, and gets a 16-yard carry, then a 60-yard carry, kind of a similar start to Etienne?
Yeah, he's just different. He's just kind of he's still a young player, but he's just got a little different twitch to him, and he is a relentless. He's got 1 gear, and that is wide open. There's no in between. There's no other gear. It's wide open or he's on the sideline. That's just all he's got. And so I love that about him. And he's going to be a great player. But he is definitely ahead of E.T. From just how he's absorbed it and his pass protection. E.T. was just took him a little longer to kind of get to where we could really trust him. But I'm excited that he was able to play same thing. I mean, he was. I think if he had his legs under him. He walks that in there. I didn't see anybody catch him all camp. But like I said, it's a different deal than when you got a game situation and the adrenaline and just all this stuff. So it was exciting to see him out there and get his opportunity.
Coach, what does that say about the rest of the 2018 class? The production today, Galloway touchdown, Kendrick with a big catch, Justin with the touchdown, Dixon and Potter. On defense, the 2 defensive ends with fumble recoveries and the sack.
Yep.
2018 class really low. What can you say about their performance today?
Yeah. and Trevor as well. I mean, they were awesome. I mean, it's just it's exciting to see a lot of those guys get their opportunity, and then some of those redshirt guys, Jordan Williams, Spector, a couple of those guys. Really exciting to see some of them, and then some other guys like Nolan Turner and Denzel Johnson. I mean, we really feel good about our 4 safeties, and the 2 guys that we really were hoping would step up and kind of make a step. Nolan's just a sophomore, Denzel's a junior, but both of those guys have had great camps. Nolan is really played well. And so, I mean, we're just to see them go out there and play a lot and to really play at the same standard as Kayvon and Muse was very encouraging. That's going to bode well for us. So a lot of guys like that that maybe have been around here, but certainly those true freshmen that got the opportunity, I thought they took advantage of it today.
Given what you saw the quarterbacks today, is there any reason to think you'll perceive them differently next week than you did going into the game?
No, I mean, like I said, they were. I mean, one of them was. What was one of them? 10 of 16, 127 yards, a touchdown, a long of 40. The other one was 9 of 15, 137 yards, and a long of 42. So both had some mistakes, and both missed a couple of easy throws. But I think, again, just kind of the emotion and the adrenaline of the first game. But I thought they both settled in and made some big-time plays. And that's what they need to do. They just need to play well. But I didn't see anything that would say, hey, this guy doesn't deserve the opportunity to play. Now, practice counts, so we got a week of practice, and that you don't just get a pass to the next week. You got to go practice well. That's just the nature of it, and it's the same at every single position. Otherwise, we just take the week off and show up in College Station and go play. So it all matters. How you play and then how you practice is certainly something that determines everything when it comes to your opportunity.
Given how close it is, how difficult is the decision going to be? Not just who starts, but who plays how much and when next week? It's such a big road game for you.
I don't think it's very difficult at all. Just guys we'll go practice, and hopefully we'll continue to play like we did today. Play well, execute a little bit better, a little cleaner, be a little more precise early, as we continue forward, certainly in an opportunity, a game like this one this week, we're not going to have much room for error. These are huge games on the road, game day. Texas A&M will be an incredibly talented team, and it'll be a huge challenge for us. My expectation is whoever's in the game, they play a winning performance of football.
Was the plan to bring Trevor in when you did, or were you kind of waiting to see how the game unfolded?
No, we had a plan. We had a plan going in. That was what we planned to do.
How would you assess Trevor's aptitude with other people who played their first game as a true freshman?
He's way up there. He's as good as I've been around from just a freshman standpoint. His ability to absorb what we're doing. Now, he was a mid-year. He did come in January, so he's not like a guy that just got here in July. But still, I've had guys that were mid-years that just weren't quite where he is. I mean, he just has a great foundation of football knowledge, and he's got a high aptitude for the game. He's very, very gifted and special in that area.
Sticking with Trevor, we've heard a lot about his ability to move on from adversity to adversity and bounce back. So after that first series, when he takes a sack, gets hit on the QB run, how'd you see him react on the sideline, and what'd you notice about him in the following series? Oh,
we were just fixing the play. That was a bust. That was just a screw-up. That wasn't a sack. That was a run call, and the ball was supposed to be handed off. So I guess it went down as a sack, but that's not a sack. Hard to put a sack on that one. We're supposed to be handing the ball off, and we got nobody to hand the ball off to. So it was a mess. That was a mess. We had one sack, and that was an MA on our tight end. So thought our line protected well, and but that was a disappointing play. But just let's fix it. Let's move on. I mean, no big deal. I mean, he missed a couple of throws. He had one wide open across the middle, and just missed it, but came right back and went to the next play. I mean, that's just what you do. I mean, there's nobody going to go play perfect. I don't expect them to play perfect. I just expect them to play well, play winning football.
Dabo, Chad Smith and Jordan Lewis both helped off the field today. Can you give us an update on both those guys?
Yeah, I think they're both okay. I didn't really get anything from Danny on anybody from anything that sounded like they would be out for a while. It may change tomorrow, but everything was very positive from a player personnel standpoint. We were able to hold Milan today. That was good. That we didn't have to play him. I think that's just. I mean, he's much better. Felt good today, and so it was good that we didn't have to use him. And then we were Noah. I think Wednesday got like a stinger, and so he wasn't able to go today. That was kind of unusual. That was out of the blue. Didn't really know about that till Thursday. So we held him today, and then Chris Register, same thing. I think he got banged up and rolled his ankle on Wednesday in one of the inside drills, and same thing, just wasn't able to go today as well. But nobody with anything serious.
Did you feel some freedom today with the roster given the new freshman?
Say that again.
The freedom with the ability to play who you wanted.
Yeah. We didn't have to worry about it. Sometimes in the past, when you get in a couple of games like that, you're like, make sure that we don't throw this guy in the game. But we were able to. I think offensively, there's really only one guy that I think is in that category, and that's Jordan McFadden. But we were able to get him in. So he's a guy that we'd like to redshirt, but we want to make sure we get him 4 games. And so we went ahead and got some playing time out of him today. And then defensively, I think we ended up holding Skowski today, Darnell, Maskell, and seemed like there was one more. Can't remember, but it was just a really few guys. Everybody else really, we were committed to getting them in the game if the opportunity presented itself.
Justin and Darnell, is that something for later in the year?
Yeah. We'd like to have those guys a little more prepared and a little more ready, as opposed to we want to play them in a base defense type of game. That's a hard game. That's a hard game if you don't know what you're doing and you hadn't been able to practice all week and get the reps to do that. So it wouldn't have been very fair to put those guys in there in that situation.
Talking about special teams and defense and how the offense gradually got things going later in the game, how much more encouraged are you going into a big road game with Texas A&M, or is it more we have a lot of work to do because of the nature of the game?
Oh, we certainly got a lot of work to do, but I thought today was a good start. I mean, there's no question. I mean, it was a really good start. We had a lot of big plays. We had great balance. We spread the ball to a lot of people. A lot of new people showed up. We hit some big plays down the field. We protected our quarterback well. I mean, there was a lot of positives in the game for sure, but again, the margin for error gets much smaller when you're talking about going on the road, playing a team. It's almost like another opener because you still, we watched them the other night, but you still don't know a lot about them. And, so hopefully, they'll know a little bit more about us than we do them. Whole new coaching staff, et cetera. Whereas we've got a lot of returning people. But we're excited about it. I mean, it'll be a great, early test, and we'll kind of check the oil and see where we are. But the precision and the details will have to be really sharp next week in that environment to have a chance to win the game.
Coach, you mentioned Cornell Powell. He not only had a couple of big plays, but you also targeted him on the fade route on third down in the first quarter. We didn't hear a whole lot about him during camp. Was today just kind of indicative of what you saw from him in camp and expect to see more of the same? Yeah,
I mean, he's had an excellent camp. I mean, he's been very consistent. He's very talented, and he's just a little bit more mature player this year, and trying to take advantage of his opportunity. We got 3 guys at that 2-man position that can all play winning football for us. DK is a guy that we're kind of picking our spots with right now until he's really confident And, you know, there's a lot going on right now. And make sure he lines up right and is making the right adjustments because it happens fast. But Cornell's had an excellent camp. He really has. And hopefully that'll be a good start for him because we're going to need him. We're going to need him to make a lot of plays.
Coach Greg has been very open about his journey back from injury. How much confidence does he add to this team when he's on the field and healthy?
Well, he's just a very proven veteran player who's kicked in big games, and he's been doing it for a while. You know, he won the job as a redshirt freshman, and his redshirt freshman, redshirt sophomore year, he did a lot of great things, and then obviously last year didn't really get out of the gate very much before he was hurt. So when you're talking about a kicker and you tear your ACL in your kicking leg, that's a tough task to overcome, and he put tremendous amount of work in. I'm just really proud of him. I mean, he's done a great job, and has had an excellent camp. He's just a very consistent guy, and he's that way in practice. I think he was 9